Hi, Aries. It's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your love stitch spread for September. And we are going to be looking at the situation that you are thinking about, the situation that you are in. We're going to look at your energy around this situation, the person who you're thinking about, their energy. We're going to look at possible outcome, energy you don't see coming, and get some advice. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, prominent placements in your chart. And we're calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, our ancestors. They don't want to talk to anyone else, and we are asking for messages for your highest and your greatest good, your most benevolent outcomes moving forward. Okay, Aries, here we go. Your situation. All right. So we've got the Three of Swords. This is sadness and discontent in the heart. This is a possible breakup, and broken heart. We've got the High Priestess reversed, and this is the High Priestess coming out of hiding, kind of like coming out from the underworld. And she's also acknowledging Dark Night of the Soul, but coming up and out of it to tell her truth about it. And here's the swords, the Page of Swords. This is her telling her truth about it. And here's the King of Wands reversed. So somebody is talking about coming up out of the dark night of the soul, and about somebody only thinking of themselves moving forward into very possibly marriage. This is a big celebration, but this is moving forward. Okay. And I also feel like someone's saying this person who's only thinking of themselves, this is also like only acting for themselves, or this need to act for a sole purpose of marriage. Act for this 1111. This is also a twin flame card for me. Soulmate card. Okay, let's do some clarifying. And this one's lighting up for clarifying for you. What's going on, Aries, with this sad heart? I'm hearing that song, Cold, Cold Heart. All right. Okay. And this is my cross to bear. This is the thing that I signed up for, and I have to deal with this. This High Priestess coming up out of the dark night of the soul, ready to talk about whatever is going on here. This is about being really, really emotionally anchored, emotionally attached to this situation. It goes deep kind of thing. And talking about long term, this is talking about long term, like I've committed to this long term. And here's the writer. Now I have to do what needs to be done. I have to be the one who initiates the thing that needs to be initiated. And here's the mountain. So the mountain is talking about challenges. I'm the one who needs to initiate this. I'm the one who needs to climb this mountain and get over on the other side of all of these challenges. This really feels like a rough road. It really feels like it's like a journey that has to be gone through. It's a committed journey that has to be gone through. I've decided to do this. And I even feel like, Aries, this is a relationship spread. This is about relationships, but I also feel like this is a journey for you that is separate. It's not just about the relationship. The relationship might be the thing that is initiating this thing in you, but the mountain is about getting to your higher self and higher learning and connecting your higher self to your personality self, channeling it through your personality self. And this feels like the conduit. The relationship feels like the conduit, or the relationship feels like the catalyst that gets you to move beyond where you've been. Maybe stagnant, maybe just this plateau, but all of a sudden you hit the mountain and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to climb it. You've got to get to the top of it. And this looks like you're committed to doing that. Wow. Okay. This looks like a biggie for you, Aries. It looks like a big energy for you this September. So let's take a look at your energy. You're like, I am looking at the big picture. And on one hand, this is possibly disappointing someone, but there's a layer here that's talking about not trusting yourself. Wow. Okay. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles reversed. You're acknowledging two soulmates or two divine, it's a divine partnership. You're acknowledging the divine partnership and both of you being on a different page. Here's the Lover's card reversed. You're like, something needs to balance here within the masculine and feminine of this relationship, or talking about this of yourself in this journey, balancing your masculine and feminine, what's intrinsic and what is your divine intention versus what you actively do about it. You are talking about not pulling in things that you've manifested previously. This is almost like deciding to change what you're wanting to pull toward you for the future. Or like it was this way at one time, and now I'm changing it. I was pulling or magnetizing to me these particular things, and now I need to change what I am magnetizing toward me. Okay. And there's the balance. There's temperance. This is also a Sagittarius card, but this is also overcoming some kind of like energetic virus, or it could be clouded thinking or negative self-speak, negative thinking. And it just like kind of gets you to spiral downward. This is about clearing that out of the way in order to move forward. Wow, here's divine intervention. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. This is the universe and your higher self kind of giving you like, goal, you made it, like giving you kudos for getting to the next step in this journey. And this is the Hangman reversed, like no longer having to sacrifice, no longer having to wait. Like, okay, here we go. It's kind of like that type of energy. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this, and all of a sudden you've got to jump off the cliff. Let's take a look at what your person that you're thinking of, what their energy is around this situation. And they are saying, I'm the Queen of Wands. I'm making everything happen. I am manifesting for both of us. I am the light in the darkness. Here I come. So she's full of energy and she makes things happen. She brings people together. She has lots of passion. And she's talking about not having all of the resources that she needs in order to direct all of this passionate energy. She's also talking about feeling like the resources were there and then something happened. So she's talking about betrayal energy. She's talking about, I thought these resources were here and now I'm seeing that they're not. She's also talking though about wanting to win no matter what. And there's also this talk of not moving through a rite of passage. Tell me more. Aries person, tell me more. Wanting to make things happen, not having all the things that you need in order to do this rite of passage, thinking about things differently. I do want to say too, all these swords, your person is way up in their head. They're way up in their head. And they're wondering if a journey, you're on this journey, you're like, I'm ready to do this. And it's a huge thing for me, not just between us, but because in my own journey of life, this is a huge shift for me. And they are, I feel like, acknowledging whether or not this shift is going to happen, or they're acknowledging that there's some planning that needs to happen before this journey. You do have two travel cards. Here's the Six of Swords and the Chariot. Both of them are reversed. And so this is like, even she's making things happen. I say she just because she's the queen. There's no gender in tarot. But while she's making things happen, there's a lack of resources somehow. And that is making them think differently and kind of try to figure out, there needs to be some planning in order to make a trip or make a change on the journey somehow. Oh, they're talking about, this is not what I wanted. I want these resources in order to move forward. And she is talking about being the in love queen. I am intuitive and psychically powerful. I'm, moving into my feelings. And again, here's the Seven of Swords. You got the 5 and the 7. The 5 can be betrayal, the 7 can be like sneaky monkey business. Also, though, both of those are talking about planning and being strategic about making things happen, and also trying to alleviate problems in the future by figuring things out now. So this is strategizing and planning. There's a lot of strategizing and planning happening with your person. And it almost feels like it's a surprise, like, oh, I have to strategize, I have to plan. Again, the 2 of Wands is a travel card. And this is saying that travel might be delayed because planning is needed, more planning is needed. Okay. Let's take a look at energy that the 2 of you share. And both of you are talking about this brand new door opening. You're also both talking about passion. You're talking about physical passion, and this being an opportunity in a brand new kind of passionate opportunity, and the door being open to that. I feel like the question is, do you walk through the door? And you're talking about the end of a painful cycle. Because of this door opening, it ends a painful cycle. Walking through the door ends a painful cycle. Here's the Empress. This is total abundance, total fruitfulness. This is also the culmination of all of the queens. This is a divine counterpart. Both of you are acknowledging that. Both of you are acknowledging that you are in a different place to hold the capacity. You have a huge capacity to hold pain and transmute it, shift it, change it into what you want it to be. This is also about you having a lot more wisdom than you had when you started. And here's the King of Swords. So this is about being strategic, but this is about acting on that strategy. It's about having knowingness and being very, I want to say calm. I also hear sacred, calm, but this is also safe and secure because you've done lots of planning, because you've kind of crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's type thing. And here, instead of going back and forth, this is having some groundedness. Instead of like, oh, I'm not sure what we're doing, or being in 2 different places, all of a sudden you're in the same place. And so here's the Page of Pentacles reversed. Both of you are sharing this energy, and the Page of Pentacles reversed is like, I'm not building a bridge. There's some kind of foundation that's not being built. Tell me more about that, because you're in the process of building it. You're still in the process of building this bridge, and both of you are recognizing this energy. All right, let's take a look at energy let's take a look at possible outcome for this month. Aries, what is a possible outcome for this month? And this is switching channels. We've been going down this road. This maybe is full circle. It's culminated as much as it's going to. I'm going to switch channels, go on a different path, and try something new. Here is leaving the past behind, complete reconciliation, starting fresh, starting new. It's almost like everything is forgiven and we start over, cutting out things that no longer serve us. This is also releasing some kind of love. Tell me more about this. It's like, oh wow, I want to say I'm hearing false love, but what this is talking about is a certain way I was thinking about love. And I've come to terms with why that is. I've come to terms with why I was thinking about love in this way, or why I was thinking I didn't deserve love, I couldn't have love in this way. This is you cutting that out after some understanding of kind of really deep emotional subconscious things that were coming to the surface there. There's an understanding of why someone couldn't receive love and a cutting away from that. And this is being able to reciprocate, both sides giving and receiving equally. Wow. And here's the 10 of Pentacles. This is a possible outcome for this month. This is like getting everything that you dreamed and wished for. This is all the resources, time, energy, effort, love, money. Oh, I want to say respect. But this is also like quite a fairy tale. It's like really having all the resources, the whole family, the legacy, the long-term end game kind of stuff. Let's take a look at energy you don't see coming, Aries. Energy you don't see coming this month. And then we'll get some advice. Journey. Well, so here's the journey. Here's the travel. And main female. Expectation, change, bad health. So let's take a look at this. This is energy you don't see coming this month. So we've got someone who's going on this main journey, having very specific expectations around change, and bad health isn't necessarily actual bad health. It can be, but really what I'm feeling is somebody's having kind of like, I want to say toxic thoughts, but toxic meaning negative self-speak that's just kind of sabotaging their mind or sabotaging what's going on. It's kind of like dealing with fear. It's dealing with fear around expectations being met through change. Literally someone journeying, someone traveling, the main female or the main feminine energy. Ooh, okay. I want to take a look at, where are those? I want to look at your romance cards first. Romance cards for Aries. What is going on? We've got flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. I feel like it does seem like there needs to be a lifting of frequency here. There's so much heavy thought energy about making things right that there's some kind of lighthearted fun, bringing things up to amusement type frequency. And look at that retreat. It's now time to disconnect from the world. It's like, and here we have two people retreating together. It's almost like the two of you need to go off on your own and be by yourselves for a while, away from everything to figure some things out. And we've got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I also want to look at, ask a question, Aries. Think of a question, yes or no question. Ask a question, and we will get some angel answers around that question. Just take a moment to figure out what it is. And the answer is yes. I love it. I also want to look at what this person wants to say to you. Aries, what does your person want to say to you? What does your person want to say to you? We both know I am not the one for you. This is the kind of thing that I feel like this person is saying over and over in their mind, like the negative self-speak that's going on. They're dealing with fear. I couldn't let you get close to me. So this is kind of saying they are being protective of themselves, Just being near you is intoxicating. Okay. And let's take a look at your moonology. What advice do your angels going to give you regarding this relationship in September? Your dreams need a practical plan. The energy is gaining momentum. And take time to breathe out. It does feel like there's a lot of tense energy, a lot of tension. Okay, that is what I have for you, Aries. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye, Aries.